I think that even as you're talking about transcendence, spirituality, connection with God, I'm sure that some of our listeners out there, uh, it may trigger some reactions because again, everyone seems to have deep understandings of who is God, whether it's a small G God or the big G God. And we're going to address this question later on because a lot of times, sometimes within the realm of physical science or even psychological science, the researchers may not be very comfortable of mixing God, and science or religion and science together because they think that they're incompatible. We're going to talk about it later. But part of the tenets again of existential positive psychology is acknowledge the brokenness of humanity and the brokenness of the world and how we can still have that happiness or slash joy in the midst of pain, in the midst of suffering. And I like the way you talk about we are actually meeting people where they are at, not just an ideal kind of fantasy Disneyland that if I'm not happy today, there's something wrong with me. But because I'm unemployed or have some sort of marital issues, but to you, existential psychology, positive psychology address a much deeper I guess that human needs or human condition, which at a spiritual level, which we often don't hear people talk about within the psychological science area.
Okay. Now, then I can give an example. Okay. Yeah. Now, Jesus is called the man of sorrow. Sorrow. His heart is full of sorrow because when I look at the people, his heart was full of compassion because people are gone astray, like sheep is a shepherd. So anyone who have a kind heart, when I look at the world condition, you have to feel sad. Look at the refugee crisis and people starving to death and the human trafficking and the kidnapped women and children and all the horrible things around us. So everyone who has a brain, who is capable of thinking, or who have empathy and compassion, will feel sad. But I call that sweet sorrow. Yeah. Sweet sorrow means that it's the sorrow that brings us close to God, the sorrow that brings us close to other people, the sorrow that make us be kind to each other, make us better people, make us try to make this world a better world. So sorrow is not a bad emotion. Sorrow and deep joy can coexist.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's too simplistic, too simple-minded to say, oh, I want to have happiness. But happiness is not always just excitement. Most research shown that people want calmness, want inner peace.
Yeah.
Inner peace is between excitement and depression. Inner peace is in between.
All right.
So we can have happiness that is based on calmness, based on equanimity, based on contentment, and based on acceptance, and based on at peace with ourselves, at peace with the world, at peace with God. The inner peace.
Yeah.
So inner peace is amazing. Yeah. So it's much more resistant to disruption, to trauma. Inner peace, you have inner peace in the midst of a storm. You have inner peace when the troubles are around you. Yeah. I still have sense inner peace that God is with me, or my life is not in my hand, it's beyond my control. I only control what is within my sphere of capability. It's so many things beyond my control. I surrender to fate, surrender to God, so I don't worry about it. So at a deeper level, I want existential psychology try to help people to live at a deeper level of accepting that sorrow and happiness are two sides of the same coin.
Mm.
Life and death, likewise, are yin yang on the same side of the coin. So true happiness is completeness, wholeness, not just happiness. True happiness had to incorporate the dark side of life. So then you have wholeness, the yin yang symbol.
Yeah.
You have the wholeness, then you're more able to experience inner peace because now you have darkness, dark side and bright side coexist in peace, in a dynamic balance. So existential psychology is about the dynamic balance to navigate between polarities, between opposites, try to navigate a adaptive balance.
Yeah.
Able to maintain the middle way, and not extreme either one. When you go to extreme, you'll be also emotional up and down.
Yeah.
When you go the middle way, then you're more likely to experience the deeper peace, like deep water, the deep peace.
Mm.
So emotion come and go,
Yes.
but emotion is not completely under our control, but we're able to maintain control, some regulation of emotion, but not pay much attention to negative emotion. They're normal, they come and go.
Mm.
The negative emotion simply, so whenever I'm afraid of something, I turn to God. So that on one hand, I say, so all the negative things that affect me are transformed to positive. So therefore, I'm undefeatable. I'm undefeatable. No matter what bad thing is threatening me, right away I accept it, and by faith, so meaning I transform it into positive energy, positive motivation, and into a lesson, into wisdom. Mm-hmm. So nothing can. So I'm undefeatable not because I'm Superman, but because I've learned how to, like God's way, I teach my clients the same thing, how to transform the bad stuff in their life into good stuff, into blessing, into strength, into flourishing. That's why I say you cannot really flourish without knowing how to accept facing your suffering, how to transform your suffering, how to rise above your suffering. Yeah. You cannot manage your suffering, you can't be happy. That's forget it. You see on paper, oh, I'm happy. But deep down, you're fighting all the time. At home, fighting with your wife, fighting with your children. At work, fighting with your colleague. Fight, always fight. You talk about happiness, but in reality, your life is spent in fighting with people, fighting within yourself. So a more realistic way about happiness is calmness. A calmness based on acceptance, based on contentment. We can recognizing that in life, nothing is permanent. We want to make the best of every day, make the best of every minute, make the best of the present, learn from the past, and moving towards the right direction. Then life is happy.
Wow, so much nuggets of wisdom just in that 5 minutes of your explanations. I guess what I'm taking away is that this sense of inner peace is almost like an anchoring force in the midst of storms, in the midst of the chaotic external circumstances. Because as you mentioned earlier, Paul, our emotions, like whether it comes and goes, just a happiness comes and goes a lot of time, may subject to external circumstances or people, that we think that's going to bring happiness in our life. But you talk about existential positive psychology, once again, is to acknowledge that sorrow or pain and happiness can coexist because of this anchoring force and connection, once again, to God, spirituality, understanding that there's always going to be this, I guess, pulling forces between, for better word, again, happiness and pain and suffering. Once again, just to embrace it together. And you also talk about this whole position of surrendering in terms of acknowledging what is, yes, within my sphere of influence, but a lot of things are actually outside of my control. And part of, I guess, the sorrow is people trying to control things that are beyond their control.
Surrender.
Surrender.